In this worksheet, we're going to look at how to manage the left hand, these beautiful vaulted arches, as I feel so much more than an accompaniment, I think you'd agree. Absolutely part of the soundscape here. They do pose a little bit of a problem. One is physical, how are we going to manage the supposed stretches. The trick is we're not going to stretch at all. We're going to feel that we are mobilized across the keyboard using a central pivot, the third finger. Now, let me just show you that first of all. I'm going to hold down my third finger and I'm going to just swing from side to side. Do you see how that works? No stretching. It's all taken by the arm, the mobile arm. Be able to manage that stretch 5 to 3 here, but if you can, go ahead and use that exercise. I show you this in the worksheet. Let me just demonstrate it now as I have it, which is holding down 3 and 5 and moving 5 to 1, and you can apply that to all of the chords in this nocturne. Here's the one with the E sharp. There's a little bit more movement involved here because I've got to travel a little bit further along the keyboard. I think one thing that's really important about this left hand is the shaping of it. If you were to imagine it on the cello or to sing it, you'd probably want to feel that you were making a small crescendo through to the top note. And the top note was the strongest. And then fading off, tapering off between the thumb note and the second finger, and really listen for that, because it's all too easy to use the last note of the group as a kind of springboard back to the next position. And what that does, it creates an accent, as you can hear. So most important that we finish off the phrase and then move. So I'm hearing like a kind of sigh. If your hand is not big enough to hold on to the G sharp and the C sharp with 5 and 3, you can do a little preliminary exercise, which I'm going to show you now. So find an interval that you can hold. Let's assume that you can hold the F sharp and the C sharp. And just go backwards and forwards with your thumb to 5. I'm going to show you these exercises close up in a minute, so don't worry if you can't see them completely. You'll get to see them close up as well. What I'm doing here is swinging back and forth using my third finger as a pivot. Now you may say, well, that's all very well, but I've actually got to get my third finger up to the G sharp and then up to the A, and those distances are of course ever larger. So the next exercise is my hoist and drop exercise, where we release the fifth finger and land. Do you see how I'm doing that? I'm going round in the opposite direction of travel so that I can hoist myself up and then land. So if I carry on chromatically from 5 to 3, you'll see that there is no connection by hand. I think you'll see that there is a connection by arm, and I can carry on going. This is what I call target practice. Do you see that there's no stretching involved? I'm not trying to reach with my fingers, I'm allowing my arm to do that, and it feels as though I'm propelling myself off my fifth finger to land in 3. Okay, land and hang. Now, let's apply those movements to the left-hand pattern. I'm going to use no pedal for a minute just to show you that I can disconnect by hand but not disconnect by arm. In other words, continuing to connect by arm when my hand releases. So up, release, release, but do you see that lovely connection? Release, but connect. So it's really important to know that The arm is actually steering the hand across the keyboard. We join where we can by hand, because that helps us feel good at the keyboard. It helps us feel the connections and also helps us to make musical connections, so we get the line very clear.